taste of it bruised. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge.
All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! Set, ready? 10-2 start.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Defense.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. Now they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Check tight end. Check tight.
Hey, Charlie. Get it.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Set. 180.
You want this?
Point it right. Point it right. Point it right.
Mayfield on play action. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
56. Hey, orbit. Check 56. Ready?
Second and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Come on, dude. Hurry.
First carry for Darius Geis. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit them so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback. At least have the illusion that you have a running game.
Hey, high 7. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
You better bring it. You better bring it.
I got it.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. He's going to air one out. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D lineman, you put...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Play fake. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They'll drop the throw. Campbell making the catch. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Crunch time, defense. Check 13. Check 13. Check 52. Shoot.
Central West.
Shoot.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Look at me, zipper. Hey, Delta.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Wild Bill. Check, 50.
Protein spill.
Check, 55 to Mike. Here we go.
Let's go.
Now Ballage. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen. Go.
51, Mike.
You draw Corker. Get it.
They run it with Balaj. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Strong right.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to back him up almost a full 10 yards. It's going to be a loss of 9 officially, and it's 4th down. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Watch the center.
Regular.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike, 50.
Hurry. Alert.
51 to Mike.
Hey, echo.
Here we go.
Watch out.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Pull it together. Watch out.
2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
61, matchbox lights.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mike 56. Mike.
Looking to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
At the 32-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, exit. Pistol.
Go 58's the money. Man, I got 58 right over there.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He completes this one to Mack.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. What we got?
Hey, Foxtrot.
I smell fear in that offense.
My God.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Got you, boy.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Set. 180.
Ain't no such thing as a loss.
King. Hey. Smith.
Mike 51.
Here we go.
Mayfield now. This pass complete to Higgins. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Mike's 54.
Point it right. My God.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Herrera. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen. Mike 55. Check 55. Mike. Know your job. Check 55.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Hey, one set. Check, Mike, 50. Alert. Hey, defense, let's go.
Mayfield with it once more. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Herrera. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Pistol.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Hey, orbit. Hey, Mike 51.
3 buzz.
51, Mike.
And again, it's Mayfield. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, high 7.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Real. 51 the mic, boy. Bravo.
Drop deep. Mike 51. Mike 51. Coming to you.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 12-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 56. Mike
80 weapon. Mike.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10. They're going to look to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
I'm here all day.
56 to Mike. 56. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He's going to launch it for Washington. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Regular.
54 Mike. 54 Mike.
Hurry.
54.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And the pressure gets to him again. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, let's go.
58 Mike. Watch the run.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. To throw, Mayfield. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
First down, Cowboys.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Hurry! Hey, box truck. Real.
From the gun, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Run.
Throwing, Mayfield. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, wahoo!
55. 55 is my guy, 55. In the face.
King. 5.
Watch the slip.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Hey, Charlie. Point it right. We own it.
Mayfield now from the 50. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, Orbit.
58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Let's go, defense. Our time. This is our time. 58, right over there.
Hey, alert. Hey, Alpha.
Bandit. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. I'm scared.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
180.
55, Mike. Let's go,
Alert. Hey, high 7.
Here we go. Twist. Check, 55's the mic.
Pistol.
The mic. Hey, let's get this. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Hey, zoom.
Here we go.
Hey, check Mike. Watching you 5.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
It's our time. It's our time. Bravo! Run. Watch the backer. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Mike 5-4,
Hey, on word 33. Hurry. Hey, Haywood.
Mike 54. Rabbit. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
On first and 10, Mayfield. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Hey, 58 is a
Real.
Let's go.
On second down, Mayfield again. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Recon, 132 fighter. No. Get it.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Come on, set. It's 90, Wolf. Hey, keep it up. Go.
Second and 11. Campbell making the catch. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. I'm coming.
Back to throw. Able to get this to Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Hurry. Team 6. Team 6. Regular.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Hey, pick your game up.
Hurry. Hey, exit.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Big touch. One touch.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 4-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, alert!
55. Right there.
Up.
Get him. Check it back.
Alert! Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Foxtrot.
Mayfield looks to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Don't get nervous. Up.
58 to Mike. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 58, boys.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Bring it.
Ready.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hutchins. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
That's the way. Check three, check three, check three.
Regular. Watch out. Check. Hey, alert 33. 54. Greystone, travel. Hey, wahoo! I got you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Check 55 to mine. Check.
Wait. Hey, Charlie.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Come on, at their own 15-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Two-jet bomber. Hey, Alpha.
Mike.
Regular.
55. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He completes this one to Mack. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
Hey, alert. Hey, high 7. Alert!
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, shoot!
Oh, here we go. Oh, Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Yo.
Up,
Mike 55.
Mayfield toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and now it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Bravo!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gay knocks this one through. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
Set. 15, Ronnie. 15 line.
Check.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. Lee Griff.
Now back to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. This is about what you'd expect. Defense selling out to stop the run. Pretty good on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, you're no longer really worried about making sure you're holding up the offensive lineman as a defensive lineman. Now you're just about getting in gaps. You're trying to get upfield, penetrate, and make a play on the football. especially, before the running back really gets control of it. That's what you're doing. You're also bringing the linebackers in to jam the line of scrimmage, and a safety or two is going to be there as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
56 is the mic. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Looking to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Take it at the 37. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Come on. Watch twitch. Watch.
Hey, on 133. Hey, Delta.
Mayfield on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
Real.
Hey, watch.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Mack. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Point it right.
Now Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Hutchins. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, team 6.
Out of the gun, Geis. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Exit. Right there in the middle. 55. I'm not ready. Right, 55. Hurry, hurry. Let's go, baby. They turn it over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
Now Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Darius Geis, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Mayfield. Dancing to his left. This is caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from a trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do, and think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He's back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
You got 3 down. 56 to
One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the 4th quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the 4th quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank.